Welcome to NHL Hockey News Reports, and sorry I haven't uploaded, as much as I want to. Busy in school and all that, but let's get into it. Today we're talking about all 31 NHL teams. Hope you all enjoy. Now, we are talking about underrated young players, underrated rookies. They might be playing this year, they might not be playing this year. They might play just a little this year, they might not play at all this year, they might be in the juniors this year. It might be one of those. But I want to talk about underrated players that people really don't talk about, but are really good. And one day they really make the NHL, people will be like, where did he come from? Well, you never spoke about him, so that's why. So let's get into it. Now, if you see little G's everywhere, like where Columbus is, Islanders are, there's a couple around there that have G's that I know they're goalies. Sometimes I haven't seen their name in a while. I just want to remember. But some of them, like Ottinger, I know, so I don't have to put G in there. Just a couple other ones, too. So, let's get into it. First of all, we'll start with Montreal Canadiens. So, the Montreal Canadiens here, we have Cal Fleury, Romanoff, and Jaden Struble. Cal Fleury, Mark Bushman really likes Cal Fleury right now, so that's cool. But Cal Fleury is a really good defenseman that had a really good year in the Laval Rocket last year in pro, so professional hockey. So definitely looked some really good stuff there. And Romanoff, a really good Russian defenseman. Still in the minors, but he'll be coming up pretty soon. And Jaden Struble just got drafted. Really amazing on the combine. Crushed the combine. Really good physical defenseman. Really could help a lot. Moving on to the Panthers, we have Tippett and Heponiemi. People really don't talk about Tippett as like rookies coming into this season. I'm assuming he'll be playing this year. Unless he gets sent down, who knows? We'll see. But Tippett, I think he's a good player. People really don't talk about him. And Heponiemi, those two players look really good, and I really like the future as the Florida Panthers. Moving on to the New York Islanders, we have Sebastian Aho of the New York Islanders, not of the Carolina Hurricanes. We'll get it straight there, right? But Sebastian Aho of the Carolina Hurricanes, not a prospect anymore, right? For like 2 years. So, Sebastian Aho of the Islanders, good defenseman. I think he can, I think we can see a lot more stuff coming these couple seasons coming in, and people don't talk about him. And also, Soskin, I'm sorry if I said that wrong, the goalie there, right under Aho's name, really good Russian goaltender, really looks good, and in a couple years, he might be that guy, that number one goaltender that Islanders get saved and be like, look at that, we can save pucks, even though they can right now, but we'll have a young goaltender be like, yeah, we got a young goaltender, here we go. So we'll see how that goes. Moving on to the Tampa Bay Lightning, we have Voykov and Foots. So Cal Foot and Nolan Foot. They're all both brothers on the same team. Look at that. Isn't that nice to see? But Voykov, a really good Russian left winger. I really like what he does. And you have Nolan Foot as good left winger, and Cal Foot is a good defenseman. I really like the prospects there. Those three prospects, definitely. Moving on to the Philadelphia Flyers, Morgan Frost, a good centerman. Of course, he's injured a little. Not going to play this year with the Flyers, but looks really good. From Canada, so a really good Canadian center. Definitely really good for them. And Bobby Brink, he's a good right winger. I think drafted last year, but looks really good. And a guy that, like I keep on saying, people don't think about these guys. They're like, oh, where did he come from? Oh my goodness, this guy's absolutely fantastic. Like Sebastian Aho. No, when he didn't get, drafted in second round. It's like, oh, where did he come from? Well, I don't know. Why did you not pick him? But that's what happens. Like Alex DeBrincat. Oh, second round. Where'd you get him from? So many of my first round pick hadn't even made the NHL yet, and you're already in the NHL for 2 years. What? Like, what happened? Exactly, right? So moving on to now the Vegas Golden Knights. Cody Glass looks like he'll be playing this year. People don't really talk about him, like I say, as a center. Vegas Golden Knights know who he is, but other people around the league really don't know who he is. And also, Peyton Krebs, with his injury, I think people are doubting him, like, whatever. And that gives him that chance to be like, whoa, that's amazing, in the next year, in his junior year. Moving on to the not the Penguins. I'm sorry, the Predators. Connor Ingram. I like this goaltender. He was traded from when he was in Tampa to Predators. Never played a game in Tampa, I don't think. The Lightning. He was always with the Syracuse Crutch and looked really good. And now he's with the Predators. So he's not going to be NHL goaltender yet. He's in the AHL, like he did the last 2 seasons with the Syracuse Crutch, but really good, right? Moving on now to the Capitals. Alexeyev, a really good Russian defenseman. Like I keep saying, I don't know how people miss this guy. Like, literally, how do you not see this guy in it? And also Seth Lindell, he played a little, and he looked pretty good. So I do like what he's looking around for. Vancouver Canucks, Vasi Podkozen. People did not want to pick, teams did not want to pick him in the draft last year from 1 to 10 because they said, 2 years, 2 years until he comes to the NHL, maybe 1, they say. Oh no, we can't do that. If you have to wait 1 or 2 years, who cares? This guy's an absolute Russian goal scorer. You can get a Russian goal scorer like that. What happens if he becomes like a Nikita Kucherov or something? Like, I know I'm putting too much high expectations, don't compare him to any players, but just putting it out there, I think he's underrated. Hoglander looking really good, and Javu as a defenseman, I like him a lot, and good player there. Colorado Avalanche we have is Connor Timmins. And I really like, he's a good player, and I really like him. Anaheim, we have Maximus Comtois. Sorry about that, everyone. And Malhotra. Comtois is a good left winger. Played a little in NHL last year. They went down to they played in the World Juniors. And Malhotra played a little in the goals, but now he is back potentially with Anaheim because Dallas Eakins, new coach. He was with the San Diego Gulls, and now he's with the Ducks. So a lot of players like Troy Terry, Steele, Malhotra, those guys already used to, Dallas Eakins. So he'll be like, oh yeah, you're ready, come on in. Same routine. Okay, good. Literally. No really much of a change of routine there. The Blackhawks have Muinen. I'm sorry if I said that wrong. He looks really good, a really good defenseman, and also Jack Price, 2 guys that I really do like as a defenseman. And Blackhawks need better defense coming in to the future. Of course, they have Barquist. He used to have Yoki Haru. Yeah, I know that whole thing, right? But these 2 guys look really good and play on the AHL next year. Red Wings, Joe Veleno. You might be like, this guy's really good, I know that. But I feel like, you got Hughes, you have Kako, you got both Hughes, Quinn and Jack Hughes. Like I said, Kako. Those guys knowing, like, oh yeah, Cal McCall. Guys like that, like, oh wow, this guy is going to be awesome. But forget about Joe Veleno. It's Evgeny Snechikov. Not Andrei Snechikov with the Hurricanes. Evgeny Snechikov. What an incredible player this guy is. Puts around 40 points. I think he could do that. Definitely a fantastic player. I think people really don't talk about him. And another one that was actually drafted this season was Albin Grew. And it looks like he'll take around 3 to 4 years to make the NHL. Maybe that's a little too much. Too long. But it might take a little bit shorter for him. But it's a really good center. I really like what he's coming out for him. Now let's jump ahead now to the Minnesota Wild. And the Minnesota Wild have Kaprizov, a great right winger, Russian right winger. This guy's look really good, and he's a really good goal scorer. And we have Kahunin, that is with the Iowa Wild in the AHL, a really good goalie. And Dupnuk's getting older. Stalock's probably not going to be the backup for much longer. He's kind of average backup, so Kahunen can make it pretty soon. I'm sure he will. Moving on now to the Blue Jackets. In the Blue Jackets, we have is Ventalainen here. I like what he does. He's 22. It took him a little while to get drafted by a team, and the Blue Jackets draft him, and he looks pretty good, but he's going to be down in the AHL this year, but has a chance to make the team one day because of the shaky goaltending between Corpusano and McCurtains. So, I don't know if that's going to be shaky goaltending or not. I'm thinking it will be, but one day, or maybe this year, he might have a chance to play a couple games of the Blue Jackets. On the Blues, we have Jordan Kyrou, and we also have Billy Husso, who is a goaltender. Kyrou's a good right winger. I don't think people talk about him as much. You have Robert Thomas. You got, on the Blues, you got Vladimir Tarasenko. You have O'Reilly. You have on defense, you got Pietrangelo. You have now Falk. You have Parinko. Everyone, and you're kind of like, whoa. Yeah, even forwards, like I said, everyone, and you kind of forget about. Oh yeah, Jordan Kyrou, a good guy, and I think he'll make it next year because they did sign Patrick Maroon. And they're like, you know what, I want to save it for Jordan Kyrou. Come on in, Kyrou, thank you very much. And that's what probably will happen. Toronto have 3 of them. Bracco are really good in the AHL. In the preseason against the Canadiens, looked really good actually because we had zero offense last 2 games for Toronto, literally. Justin Voll, a really good goaltender, looking really, really good for the future. And Timothy Lindgren, who looking really good also. Lindgren could play next year. I can see some things that he can play next year, definitely. Moving on now to the Arizona Coyotes, you have Barrett Hayden and Schnorr, 2 great guys. Hayden also crushed the fitness combine when he was drafted. Absolutely great, strong player. Looks like he'll be playing next year. People don't talk about him, literally. Schnorr probably won't play next year. You also have for the Calgary Flames, Pellier, Parsons as a goaltender, looking really good as a goaltender. Calgary needs goalies, so that would help. And Pellier, a good center, just drafted around 20th overall in the draft, and it looks like he might play next year. Not this coming year, next year after, because he's really determined to do that. He wanted to make it this year, but nope, because, it's hard to do that, right? Penguins, you have Pilov Joseph, a good defenseman. It was a trade with Kessel. He was from Arizona. Also, Pittsburgh Penguins' best prospect, Pullen, that no one talks about. Really good. Moving on now to the Rangers. Andre Miller, really good defenseman. You have Kakko, you have Kravtsov, guys that kind of take over Adam Fox and oh wait, that's right, we have Andre Miller. Yeah, good defenseman, definitely. The Jets we have is Nico, a good defenseman. He's going to have to play a little because Bufflin's not there. Myers not there, Sherratt's not there, and Trouba's not there anymore. So, you have to play Nico. Heinola's looking really good, just got drafted this previous draft. And Stanley, a good forward that looking really good. On Devils, I couldn't come up with one except Barquist. Just for Barquist, his brother is Adam Barquist. With the Blackhawks, but a good forward. I think you have Hughes, you have those guys that kind of take over and oh wait, Barquist, that too, right? Yeah, Barquist, right? Moving on to the Hurricanes, Daniel Bach, just got acquired from the Blues. I like him a lot. He's really good left winger, definitely really good. People not really talking about him, be like, oh no, I don't know about that. Blues win this. But I like Dominic Bach, really do. Ryan Suzuki I also like. The brothers, Nick Suzuki, with Montreal Canadiens potentially making a roster spot this season, right? But I really like those 2 guys. Boston, only one I can come up with it, Zubio. Now, if you want to know how they got Zubio? With the Milan Lucic. So Boston sends Milan Lucic to the LA Kings, and they get back a first-round pick and other stuff too, and they draft Zubio. Defenseman hasn't turned out yet to what they want, but maybe he will. Only played 2 games in the NHL. I'm sure he'll get a little bit more opportunity this coming year, hopefully, for Super. I hope all the best for him. And we have Buffalo Sabres. This one's really underrated. Victor Olofsson, I feel like is really underrated. Really underrated here. And yes, I feel like that a lot. Definitely I feel like it. And we have Ottawa, Brandstrom, Logan Brown, Angel, Dandra, Keliev, Klayduk, Jones, Lavar, Gambrell, Dahlin. Guys are really all good. I like Angel's a good goaltender, definitely. Even for the Sharks, I just want to talk about Gambrell looking really good as a center and Dahlin looking really good. And actually for the Oilers, last thing, is that good Canadian center Lavoie looking really good, and I think Edmonton can use him. And a good defenseman in Caleb Jones too. And thanks for watching this NHL News Reports, and I'll see you next video. Bye.